Alrighty, welcome to another episode of Laughing Our Way to Recovery. It's me, Shannon, Kendall, and special guest,
Joe.
Joe. Hello.
Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for having me.
You're
You're very
welcome.
welcome. You're very, very welcome. Thanks for being here. Uh, so we did start an episode earlier, but we had some technical difficulties. But I
Yes,
think
we
I
do.
think this time will even be better than ever because now we're just more relaxed or more chill. Um, and Kendall is working on her strings, so that
How do
always
you know?
I can tell just from like your body language.
Damn.
You're always working on your strings.
Well, I'm making goodie bags for the kids I'm going trick or treating with, and I got like 4 bracelets, so I figured I'd make 8 of them and throw them in
There
the
you
goodie
go.
bags. I got a week to go.
It's a good cause.
Yep.
Look at that. Yeah, so Joe's here and we're going to talk about denial, which is so present in all our disorders. And even after the fact that I recognize that I have an eating disorder, I think I was in denial of how dangerous it was. Um, so how was it for you, Joe? Like when you first entered treatment, like how accepting were you of your diagnosis?
Definitely not accepting at all. Uh, yeah, I mean, like I said, the previous sort of episode, I was at another place before I was at the place with you guys, and I was like, why they tell me I have this thing that I clearly don't have, and then I was sent over there with you guys, and I guess I was still denial of that, right? And I was told this like a million times, but like when I first got there, I had to speak to a dietitian,
Mm-hmm.
uh, just to let everybody know. You like when you get there, you have to speak to a bunch of different people who work there, uh, and there was like snacks there. I was like, whoa, like complimentary snacks. I had like a bite or two of whatever it was, and then afterwards, uh, said person was like, "Oh, I'm gonna have to give you a boost."
What?
I was like, "What?
Oh.
What do you mean?" Yeah, so like for what you don't eat, we gotta supplement it. So that was kind of my introduction. I was like, all right,
Mhm.
I guess I'm at this kind of place. Um, yeah,
Yeah. For me, it was Cheez-Its. I was like a plate of Cheez-Its, and I like had a few, and I'm like, okay, this is nice. This is delightful. And they're like, okay, well, yeah, it was a dietary. It was like my first dietary thing too. And we were like finished up, and they're like, well, aren't you gonna finish? And I'm like, oh, I'm okay. And they're like, okay, well, we're gonna have to boost you. And I'm like, oh my god, I'll have the Cheez-Its.
yeah, I guess that's where it hit me. Like, oh, I'm at a eating disorder place.
Free will. There's a really small margin of free will there. Um, and I think that's where the push and pull of accepting how like deep in it we are, it comes into play. Um, so like the other place you were before, like that's when that they kind of introduced you that you have an eating disorder.
Yeah.
Was there
Um,
anyone else there that also had an eating disorder that you could like talk to you and like relate to you?
no, actually. So, like I said, like I was not really privy to knowing what I had. So
Yeah.
it wasn't a place for that. It was like mental health and treatment center for drugs and stuff. So
So when you moved
yeah,
to the facility that me and Kendall were at, like being around people that like all had pretty much around the same. I mean, everyone had an eating disorder. Like obviously there was different subcategories of it, but um, was it at least easier like talking to peers about their experience, like their peers that like that helped like open your eyes up a little bit?
I think so. But like, especially that like res, you have people who are also in the same boat as me who are not really accepting of
Mm.
what they have, and they're like, "Yeah, this place sucks. They make you eat." I'm like, "Yeah." So
Yeah, food jail.
um, yeah, like a lot of people are in the same like headspace. So, like, yeah, I just want to get out of here and like I don't know.
Wasn't
I
there a
think
time you
Kendall.
go
Go
ahead?
ahead.
No, no, you go ahead.
No, I think like the first like time I ate there, like lunch, whatever, and after you gotta clean the plates and whatnot, and someone just popped behind me. I was like, "Whoa, the hell!" Uh, like kind of out of thin air, just spawned. It was Kendall, and she was
Probably.
like,
Kendall.
"This place is horrible. They got me eating and doing all this crazy stuff." I'm like,
I did not say that.
I don't know what you said. I'm butchering it, but you were like
I
kind of
probably said something, but
trying to
wasn't
sway me
that.
away from staying there. I don't know.
Jeez, Kendall. What was your first impression when you met Kendall?
Kendall, I was like
We're very alike.
high energy. But like when I
You
first got there, you were more
you
like
came a
in your
day after me,
shell, I
I think.
guess. I think some of yeah, right. But you were more like reserved and quiet for a while, and then I guess you got a little more comfortable, and then I was like, whoa, a lot of energy this one.
Probably
Yeah.
the nourishment.
The
Or
nourishment, yeah,
be or they forced me to talk.
Oh, that too.
that
Yep.
too, yeah. But you were
Ke-
like, I got the vitamins coursing through my veins,
Nope.
so
That's what I always said. Kendall, what was your
kind of
like
just
impression of Joe when you first met him?
I don't know. I mean, I know we both were just kind of like, well, for a while, for a good couple of weeks, we were like, we want to get the fuck out of here. And yeah, we stuck with that mindset for a while. Like, I want to go home. I want to get out. I want to go home. I'm ready to go home. I can go home. I'm ready to like go like
Yeah.
now. Yeah. Yep.
yeah, pretty accurate.
Yep. Or we were like, I don't think I need to be here, or
Right.
I'm nourished enough to where I can go.
Yeah. It was all about like us like determining like, controlling the situation of like, okay, now I'm at my comfort. I'm like surpassing my comfort level. So it's probably time to skedaddle type of thing. I mean, that's kind of my
Or
mindset a lot.
we were healthy enough to like go
Function sort of.
home
Yeah, and I
or
think
step
for
down at
me,
least.
mhm,
Yeah.
it's true. Yeah, for me, like at the other place, I was consistently eating, and
Mhm.
I kind of done all this other therapy stuff, and I was like, oh, I got some self awareness, and I'm eating consistently, so why am I here? Type of thing. Uh, but like in hindsight, I guess my perception of food and everything was super warped because like I look at it now and like what would have been a colossal meal, a giant meal then is like just an average meal now. So
I know. Trust me, I
it's weird.
very much related to that when you first came in and you were still adjusting. And, I think in the beginning it's okay because they don't really uh, introduce you to like uh challenging portions, and then as you excel they try to increase your meal plan, obviously because you need to restore or whatever, and it gets more and more challenging, and then I think that's when it registers when I'm like, oh, I can't eat this, like I really do have a problem. Like the first week was like not so bad for me because it's like you haven't, it's not like we really were eating correctly for years, and then um I think the more we were like nourishing ourselves, like the more um like the feelings came in, and that really fucked me up for sure
Mhm.
because I was like, you're feeling emotions for the first time, and
Not
then
me.
well, dude, what do you mean? That's not true, man. When you first came in,
I
you were like
cried.
stone cold.
I cried maybe like, what was it? What was it? Once in res, maybe once in PHP, like in therapy, and maybe once in IOP, and that was it.
Yeah, but like emotion is not just crying, dude. Like it's like there's other emotions besides crying. And like you totally opened up and like
I
about
was
things that,
forced.
well,
I was
I
told
mean,
if I don't, will not be leaving.
sure, you could say you were forced, but you had a choice, dude. You could have we could have all walked out. Like technically, we could have all walked out, which is like
I
hard to
do feel
believe.
like me, Joe, and another peer all had this mindset where we kind of felt like we weren't sick enough in
Mm.
a
Mhm.
sense
That was
compared
a
to
huge
like,
huge theme. Yeah.
yeah, I think that that's definitely partially denial as well, but I don't know. It's not easy.
And the fact I think I never knew it was a mental disease. I thought it was just a physical disease. So I thought, okay, I'm just gonna be here for like 2 weeks tops, you know? And so that's what got me to enter treatment, to be honest. Like I don't know who told me that. Probably was just myself that was like, yeah, I'm just gonna be here for 2 weeks. And then it ended up being like
That's
10
what you
months.
think.
I pretty
That's
much
what
was
you
told I was going
think.
to be there for a couple weeks, and then uh,
Dude, like what the hell? Like can't they like I mean, are they allowed to lie?
that's
Because
pretty
I
much what happened.
feel like it was
Like,
lied to the entire time, like in it for a good reason, but
yeah, I mean, I was at that other place, and I had like the, I guess, admissions call for
yeah, I
said
remember that.
said center, uh, and they're like, yeah, you're gonna be in. We're just having res for a little bit, get your weight up, blah blah blah, and then you go to a PHP and you start cooking, and then you're heading out, type of thing. And yeah, it was not
Bullshit.
that. I was there for quite some time.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Had some cool characters. So that's, yeah. It
I
was,
know.
there's some goods, there's some bads, but
Yeah.
it was a definitely good experience for myself.
Yeah, I totally relate to feeling kind of like, yeah, I can totally do this and kind of being overly confident of it and then really not knowing uh really what an eating disorder was, what anorexia was and what it entailed. And how like it took over my life and I had no idea like I was just like a shell of a person. Um so like what was something that your disorder took away from you that you realized like once like the denial was sort of like kind of slowing down, like what was something that you realized the disorder stole from you when you were sick?
Um,
Oh, I know an answer for him for that question.
what do you
Okay.
think?
Yeah,
Because
yeah, Kendall, what is your
Your
opinion?
grandmother.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I remember that one chair work session. Oh my god. The therapist in there stopped that whole session because I was sitting there crying and I was sitting there trying so hard to not have her notice, bro. Like, oh my god. That shit was so bad.
Oh yeah, I
And she's
remember.
like, hold on a minute. She's like, wait. She's like, Kendall, what's coming up for you? And I'm like, fuck.
Ah, so this is one of the
Yeah.
rare times.
Yes. And she's like, this is the Kendall I would like to see more often. And I'm like, you're not getting that. I'm like,
Yeah,
nope. Sorry.
that's it for me.
Got lucky today. I'm like, it won't happen again. I promise you that.
Yeah, I definitely missed a bunch of things throughout treatment. Uh, I don't know. Throughout treatment, I guess during like my disorder, it's like, I guess social things go so focused on, not so focused on anything. I was really just isolating and
Yeah.
not eating and doing all this nonsense. So yeah, wasn't really much opportunity for me to grow or socialize in any way.
Yeah, just simply that I can totally relate to like I was just functioning for my disorder, not for anything or anyone or any dream or anything like that. And yeah, I mean, I barely could, have energy to connect with friends, connect with family, have quality time, be present, just enjoy like a small, nice moment. Like none of that mattered to me because all that mattered was the disorder. So I can totally see how just the literally just being a normal human was taken away from
Yeah.
you. Well, basically all of us. But yeah, so what is something that you've gained in recovery, like in terms of like a hobby, activity, a new like passion?
I feel like going through treatment, I like I
Fishing.
guess it opened up doors. Oh yeah, fishing for sure. That's not something I did before, and I like it.
Neither.
Uh, but yeah, guess it had me thinking about stuff that I'd actually like to be doing, and not just stuff that my brain was like, "Hey, you should be doing craziness." I don't know. Uh, just expression, I guess, without sounding goofy, like the
Okay.
poetry and stuff.
No, dude. I mean, I'm so glad you brought up poetry. Because that
I
Poetry.
haven't done much.
well, that was one of the interesting things about treatment. You got to learn a lot about people's talents that were pretty like hidden, and people always would like. I mean, in my opinion, people would like really underestimate and underplay their talents and stuff.
If
And
they allowed us.
yes, and there's one night in res where Joe, you did some slam poetry, and it was just the funniest, awesome thing that I think everyone needed. Like everyone was just down in the dumps, and then you just like I think it was like we were doing karaoke, and it was karaoke was over, and because you had a mic, right? I believe you had a mic in your hand during the first time you did
I don't
this.
even know. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
I think someone was leaving, so we had a karaoke night. They allowed us to have the karaoke machine, and I don't know. Do you want to tell about that experience? Because that just made so many people's day, and like everyone was always begging you to do
My
poetry.
memory is a little weary on
I
that,
know,
but
yeah.
My
I
favorite
guess I.
one was when we made somebody come out of their hole and they were like, guys,
Oh
can
yeah,
we not do that, please?
there was a
We
dietitian that
all just
there.
fucking
Okay,
died.
this was a different time.
Oh,
Not it was not during this is not during like the what is it that unit that we were in. This was like we were actually at the center, and
mhm.
you were doing it. I think like during snack or something,
Yes, yes. Yogurt
and
bowls.
then
Uh,
some said dietitian came out. She's like, "What is
He's
this?
like,
Why
guys,
are we
what's
waiting
going
for
on?
and it was literally like just like the most wonderful happy moment.
And we
yeah,
all stood
Kendall.
quiet and then we all fucking started laughing.
Oh my
I think
gosh.
as soon as they came out, or as soon as they went back in their hole, whichever came first.
No, but you were like you were like you would create like lines on the fly based on just what people would throw at you. Kind of is that was how you operated.
Yeah, it was fun. Um, I guess that started like at the treatment center I was at before. Uh, this one with you guys. I I guess that I had a lot of free time, and I was like, okay, what should I do? I don't know. I met some really cool people there, and I kind of guess they kind of got me out of my shell and kind of led me to doing. We had like a talent show. It was really cool. And they set up a thing
Yeah,
in the backyard. So everybody, not everybody, but a bunch of people did their thing. People were rapping or like did a comedy thing, and like one of my friends there
yeah,
was close with had done like a comedy bit, and I was like, all right, if she's doing it, I'll go up and do whatever
Nice.
I'm gonna do. And so I guess I started off with like a line, and then I had people just give me words, and I kind of just rambled for like a half an hour, and it was fun.
So
And then
seeing other go on.
no, that's it. Yeah,
I was just saying, like, so seeing other people, like, at your other treatment center sort of, have the courage and, like, strength to, like, be vulnerable because it is vulnerable to, like, share your talent in front of people, even though it's, like even if it's comedy, it's still vulnerable. I feel like comedy is, like, probably one of those vulnerable things to share. Like, that inspired you and, like, pushed you to be like, "Oh, like, I have this part of me that's I wanna share," and I think the disorder, um, always wants to, like, hide our talents and stuff like that because it's such a evidence of, living in a way. I don't know if that makes sense, but, like, did did that sort of help you to be like, I don't know, some like, sliver of motivation in terms of, "Oh, I actually wanna recover because I wanna be able to do things other than my eating disorder."
yeah, that was sort of it. It's like I gotta start somewhere. I was like super nervous, but I was like, all right, why not? Like, what's the harm in trying to do it? So I just did that, and people liked it. And then we also had like a karaoke machine there, so like I hosted like a slam poetry night thing. It was like the host and did intros for them and stuff, and had fun. So yeah, that was a good memory for me doing that, and then kind of hosting that. And I was like, all right, let me try to, if these people enjoyed it here, maybe y'all will enjoy it at our place.
And clearly we did it because like
Right.
we would always like be begging
Yep.
for it, like slam poetry, Joe, and, and everyone there. That like the staff would get so mad if you started doing
Yeah, that's kind of
it. But I think our treatment center had one talent show when, or maybe two,
really
when we were there, or when we went to PHP. But I don't know. I just remember that was a really nice moment to see people uh doing something other than their disorder, and it shows that like, oh, like I'm a person. I can do things, it just proves the disorder wrong. So yeah, no, my favorite line that I think you did, it sticks in my mind. Someone said, because you know how there was always a clock in the main center, in the main
mm,
room, the common room. Someone yelled out like alarm clock, and you're like alarm clock, crusty sock.
crusty side. Really,
I mean, I remember that. You probably don't remember that, but that was one of the lines I was like dying. I was like, what is going on here? I was like, why am I crying and laughing at the same time? So that was awesome.
damn, good memory.
Yeah, yeah. I have like, I mean, from some of the memories that I could retain. Um, I don't know. I mean, like probably my favorite part of treatment, if I could say there's a good part of treatment, is the people that you meet, and like just like the
Yeah.
human connections. And I think I say that in like every episode and pretty much every conversation I have.
It's
Because like
cool.
someone, I don't know who told me, maybe it was a therapist,
I
was
would
like
have gave you the
human
one that was living
connection
at
is
my
the
sister
opposite
in
of
law's
addiction.
house, but she gave
Meow
it
meow
Yeah,
away.
meow. Yeah, my cats want to go outside.
I
They're
gotta
like
get a
dogs.
cat,
You have
dude.
to. My
Yes.
niece's
Yes, please get a
friend.
cat. Do you not have a cat now?
Yep.
No, I know. I was gonna ask you, but
Wait, really? She gave it
She got a new
away?
puppy,
Cheeto.
and it tried to eat my cat.
It was an orange cat named Cheeto.
Yep.
dude,
You gotta
sorry I cut
send.
you off
Meanwhile,
there,
she could
but
have got rid of the
yeah, I
dog
just wanted to
instead
get a
of the
cat.
cat, but you know.
That's all.
Oh, that's why she had to give it away.
What?
Well, it probably thought it was a real Cheeto. Oh my gosh. Well, please get a cat, Joe. It will change your
Please don't make
life.
me mad. I
It
want a
is
cat.
They're so funny.
literally, it's literally like my
Bro,
main
I
coping
gotta wait till
mechanism.
I
Like if
move
I'm
out.
stressed or anxious, I'll play with my cats, and I feel like I'm like a 4-year-old again. I just get all like giddy. Dude, you need to get a cat too. Everyone needs a cat. They're like so funny.
They are so funny.
They're
Yeah,
I
like
have. Go ahead.
no, I was saying my friend roommate has one, and I'll go over there. Um, I'll just be like so excited. The cat doesn't really show me reciprocate the love,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I still am so excited to see. It's so cute and like I don't know, just
Look on
I'm
Craigslist.
I
telling
don't
you,
know. I want
it's
a cat.
yes, you
Craigslist,
do.
bro, you
Yes,
could find a
I will.
job.
Okay, now that
Yeah,
you
you
tell me
could
that, I'm
find
gonna
a
like
job on
bother you and
Craigslist
like
too.
probably like send you like
You'd be
Philadelphia cat listing. I don't
surprised.
know. I don't know how, but I'm gonna try to get you a cat. Yeah, no, seriously. Wait, Craigslist? A
Yeah.
job? Oh, okay. I know. I joined my first band when Craigslist. I don't recommend
What?
it. Yeah,
You're in a band? I didn't know
I
this.
was in a band. It was like these three really older dudes. They were really awesome. But it was a little sketch. But it lasted a good amount of time. We had some good gigs.
It's cool.
That was when I wasn't sick, and I was
Mm.
you know, I was healthy then,
Yeah, I
before my
guess
relapse.
kind of getting recovered and everything brought you back to guitar and all that, right?
Yeah, it did. I hadn't played in probably like 2 years, and I didn't think there was any point of picking it back up again, but, it's literally like probably one of the reasons it saved my life, just because even starting in middle school, that was like a big, coping tool that I use, just writing songs, um, just to get like anger out, to get sadness out. You know, there wasn't really a lot of people to talk to growing up, so um, but yeah, I think what took it away from me was obviously my disorder, because I was too tired to play. Literally, I didn't have the energy. I didn't have like the brain capacity to like create lyrics, to create like chords, like piece things together, create a melody. Like I just, it was not possible, and it would, yeah. So that was yeah. I played the guitar during our talent shows. That was the first time I played in like a long time. That was really hard for me, but I'm glad I
Yeah,
did
that's
it.
awesome that you went back to that.
Yeah, I'm really happy. But no, seriously, back to serious matters. The cat. Okay, I know this is like so off topic,
All
but
right.
I really need you to get a cat, man. Like, please get a cat. Like there's actually like stray cats. This is so off topic. That like come
I
to my house.
told,
Go ahead.
yeah. No, I was just saying, I told my roommate, like, dude, I'm getting a cat. He's like, I'm so down. And he keeps asking me, where's the cat? Where's the cat? And I'll just send him like Instagram videos every day um,
It
that are funny.
it
Like a
will
cat arm
totally.
wrestling a guy. And he won the cat. Stuff like that. He's like, dude, still no cat. So yeah, it's gonna happen. It's in the
Okay.
works.
I will fully support this and manifest for you guys, because I'm telling you, it's really good for recovery. Like if you're having a bad day, or if you have like urges or whatever, like just play with the cat, and you'll be able to eat after. That's usually what happens to me.
Yeah.
Like
All
if
right.
Cats
I
are
yeah, like if
animals
I
are
have
just
high
good.
urges to
Cats are
restrict, like
better.
sometimes like I'll just play with the cats, and then I'll forget about my urges like 15 minutes later,
Yes,
and I'll
they
be like,
are.
okay, I guess we can try this again. Um, yeah,
Yeah, agree.
yeah, people are okay too. Yeah. But you mentioned in our previous recording that got smashed or trashed or whatever, um, that you're going to school right now. Do you want to like talk a little bit about what you're excited about, and how you were healthy enough to go into school?
Yeah. I I wasn't sure if I would be going back to school, um, just
Yeah.
because variety of reasons, and I think not. Like eventually, I reached a point. I was like, I think I can go back. I feel pretty level headed and just pretty good overall. So uh, yeah, I you know left or not left, just graduated the treatment center, and then I was working for a while doing like sort of construction stuff, and
Mhm.
I guess in June or so, I came down to Philly. I was living with my sisters, and then started school in August, and so I've been here or doing that for some time, and I've been liking it. Kind of opened me up to new things, and yeah, like you mentioned earlier, like is there any things I guess that your disorder took away from you, and I guess just doing stuff that I would have liked to have done, but didn't have like any confidence or uh, even just energy to do. So I'm trying to do some things, and
Yeah, I
I don't know.
did.
Yeah. Yes. All the
Listen,
yes.
my teacher hasn't
I
put
love
grades
that, and that's
in
awesome.
like
And hey,
over a month.
Kendall,
I'm
like
not happy.
you started school too. Like, you
That's
gotta
true,
state that win,
Yeah,
man.
sir.
it's something to do. Yeah, extra
Okay,
extra
but
on
you're
the
happy
grind
that
because
you're
my
in school, right?
stupid
Say
teacher
yes.
hasn't put in any grades in
Yeah, that's
over
great.
like a month, bro. So now my grade
You've been on the grind.
is not what it should be because he hasn't
No,
put
I'm super
in
proud of you, dude.
grades that could help my. He's a judge, bro. My teacher is a fucking
Oh
judge.
man,
A fucking judge.
teacher, what are you
I
doing?
haven't attended a single
Teacher,
class. I just
leave
do the
those kids
work.
alone.
There you go.
It's not like they're paying
Oh wow,
Oh, that's
attention.
kind of cool.
yeah, that is
They
cool.
don't yell
But
at me
like, look,
for
like
it.
now you have good
It's
stuff.
online. I am doing the work. I'm just not attending the
Kendall,
Zoom
Well,
meetings.
you know,
Or if I
maybe
do,
your
I
learning
haven't
style is
attended one
different.
yet. But if I do, I will
Hopefully,
be turning my TV on and I'll be watching TV while they
Glad you're
just
doing the
chit
work
chat.
though.
Is what? Yes, it is.
You know, something I never have to worry with
Yep.
Kendall about is honesty.
It's true.
Yeah, your
Hey,
one of your greatest
I
virtues
passed.
virtues is honesty,
Okay,
Kendall.
my first semester, and I only attended
It's
like
so
2
refreshing.
classes. So if that
But look,
happened
these are
that semester,
kind
I
of
can do
I
it
think
this
good things to
semester.
complain about. Like, oh, like my grades weren't posted, or like shit like that.
Yep.
Like, you're in class, you're doing it.
Yep.
Yes, you can.
You're a worker
That
though.
hurts.
You're
Getting old.
No, she is. Yes.
balancing a
Um,
lot of things, and respect to you for
Especially I didn't get
doing
crap.
that as well. Me too.
yeah, well,
No,
your
but I
back
will tell you,
like
I'm
is
ready to go
stronger
eat
now than
my
ever,
dinner.
dude. Don't worry. Oh yeah, that's right. So you have any questions, Kendall? Do you have any questions for Joe
Hot
before we wrap
something.
up?
Oh,
See, that's hashtag recovery,
bro,
man.
this
Can't wait
man
to eat your
stretched my
dinner.
legs
What?
into
Yeah,
oblivion
that's
I
cool.
today. Like,
mean, that is really cool. Oh
look,
yeah.
I can't even. So
Joe, is there
Maya's
anything you
dad is
wanted
my
to kind of
chiropractor.
share or say before we wrap up?
Yeah, my fucking hair. I can't wear hair now. I'm fucking.
What are we talking about here?
She got
Yeah.
okay. Well, I have to bleep out her
Fuck,
Oh,
name.
dude. Now I should have
Yes,
been a
yeah,
okay.
she got her back cracked
What
today.
did I break these?
Oh,
No.
cool.
Wait,
Your hair's good. Stop.
wait,
Why are
wait.
you like?
I got it. Okay, there we go. You know what? I think I'm done for the day.
This is gonna be so fun to edit. Thank you so much, Kendall. Yay.
There we go. Yeah. Yeah, so what's her name's dad is my chiropractor.
Uh-huh.
And last week when I went, I
Yeah.
didn't stretch.
No, I mean
and he
that
didn't stretch
totally
me
works.
either.
Are you
So
finding your ears? Okay,
today,
cool.
he pulls my arms up like this, and he's like, push, push, push. So I'm going like this, and then he took my leg and he's
Uh-huh.
like puts it on his shoulder like this, and he's like push like my all my weight on his shoulder, and then he took my leg and he pushed one leg back like this to stretch. Then Buddy pushed my leg all the way back like this, bro. Like I have not like
Mm-hmm.
my legs have not been pulled like that in God knows how long. And I'm just like, fuck, like I pulled muscles. I'm gonna feel it
I was
tomorrow
sorry, all
for
I can
sure.
see is your foot like
And
crack.
then no, it hurt. I was like looking at him like, what the fuck are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
But he does do a good
But look,
job.
dude, you're
So I
healthy
don't
enough to
know.
handle
It's
it in
weird because he
recovery.
gets so excited, Joe.
Facts.
Like every time, like he
Fuck,
gets
you were
a
sick, you
noise
break in
when he
half.
cracks my back, and he's like, "Woo!" He's like, "That's what I'm talking about," and I'm just over here like, I'm confused. Like, oh my god, it's fucking weird. It's just like, yes. He's like, ah, and I'm just like,
Oh, he's in the right
and then
profession.
he'll be like,
Gotta
you ready for the next one? And how he does it is I gotta have my hand on my hip like this, one leg kind of like
What?
pushed in with the other one
See,
down
okay,
like this,
Joe,
and
this
he
is
just
what
pushes
it's
on
like
it
to be in a
until he
podcast
gets a
episode.
pop.
Like,
And then
This is like
again he does the same thing. He's like, best one of the day, and I'm just like, are you saying that because you're going home? Like, I've never seen somebody.
it's. I'm just thinking like
I would
if
do that
this
too.
someone starts the podcast later on with no context, like what is going on? What are they talking
no,
about
I'm
right now?
definitely gonna use this as a
If I can learn
soundbite to
how to
like
do it
really like
myself, then
clickbait
I
people.
won't need to go to him. But
So I'm
people
so
can
glad
turn
that
like
you
this,
shared that.
they can
I'm
crack
gonna
their
say that's
backs. I
recovery
can't do it.
experience because
I wish.
Yeah.
it was wellness. You know,
Yep.
it was wellness. Oh God. Okay, let's hopefully
Don't do that.
yeah. So anyway, as I was saying, Joe, is there anything you'd like to share before we wrap up?
No, I was
I'm
saying like
going trick or treating. I'm dressing up
doing
as a
pretty
sexy
good, trying to
cat.
do more
I just
things,
all
and
I have are a
yeah,
headband with cat ears.
I don't know.
Hell
That's
yeah.
it.
What about you
Existing.
guys? Any Halloween plans?
I just went to Five Below and I dead ass just bought cat ears
Sexy
and that's
cat.
it.
There you go.
I'll
I'm very
figure
on
the rest of the
theme.
costume out. They got some masks there at Five
Yeah, I don't
Below.
have any costumes yet. Maybe I
They have
gotta.
I'm
a
gonna just
scream
dress up.
mask with a knife. I thought it was pretty cool.
That works.
No, no,
Hmm.
Five Below is awesome.
Uh,
I'm excited for
You
Halloween because,
should
like,
get
I
a
was,
baby doll
like
and
being sick
glue the
during
parts on your
previous
belly.
Halloweens was like took
That
all
would
the
be a
fun out of
cute
it
Halloween
to dressing up.
costume.
So I think I'm gonna go as like Beetlejuice or something. I'm like really into Beetlejuice right now after seeing the second movie.
That's why she couldn't go fish
Yeah, Joe, if you didn't
handle the
know,
fish that
I am
one day.
3D printing right now. I'm pregnant.
wow.
So yeah, that's what she's referring to. I didn't was not gonna.
I
Yeah, that
see.
stuff was really messing with my senses. Yeah, that day I was very nauseous. But
Congrats. That's awesome.
thanks, dude. Yeah, yeah. I'm in my third trimester now, so kind of in the
Wow.
home run. Hopefully, I'm so freaked out. Other than that, I'm doing great. Um,
Ah,
so yeah, I'll do a weird haunted demonic baby for Halloween. I think that's pretty on theme. That's probably what's gonna happen anyway. So other than
All right, y'all.
that,
I'm gonna
wasn't
go
planning on
eat my
sharing that.
food. If I
But
don't, I might kill somebody.
yeah, that's what's possible during recovery, man.
All
Your
right.
body's
Good
able to
night.
do that.
let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
All
It's
right. I'm going to eat my food,
yes,
my
you
All
dinner.
right.
will. All right, guys.
Just trying to be for a while. All
It's good
right.
chatting with y'all.
Yeah, seriously, we should do it again. All right, thanks, Joe, for being on the pod. I really appreciate it.
Thank you guys.
All right, yes, you
Peace.
are. Bye, guys.
If you or someone you love is suffering from an eating disorder, please contact the National Eating Disorder Alliance at 866 662 1235. More eating disorder resources are linked in our bio on Instagram. Follow us at Laughing Our Way to Recovery.